Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's episode of Canal Days. As always, I'm your host Carrie, along with my co-host, founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Como. Our Canal Days series delves into the vast collection of historical sites throughout Massachusetts, with Robert's expertise of the local history as our personal guide. Each episode, we uncover history throughout local communities with historic houses, meaningful monuments, preeminent pivotal pioneers, and remarkable remaining remnants, all while uncovering their seminal significance. Today's episode of Canal Days will be discussing the Great Falls Discovery Center located in Montague, Massachusetts. So, can you clarify where the center is located within Montague?
Okay, it's right after the major bridge from Gill into Montague on Avenue A, and it's right off on the right. The parking lot, first one you meet is the handicap accessible one only, so you have to keep going another 100 feet, and then have down the first street on your right, they have a parking lot for visitors into this wonderful center. So the Great Falls Discovery Center has a lot going to it, and we're going to talk about what people do there, what hours are, and then also about the rail trail that's right alongside of it. So I'm glad this is out there. It's a wonderful place, has a lot going for it, and it's worth the day trip to go there because not only is this there, but Avenue A is packed with attractions, and there is the rail trail. You can bike or walk along. The rail trip is like 7 miles on it.
And describe some of the features offered at the Discovery Center.
Okay, they have features for all ages. They have events, presentations. They have nature presentations for children and adults. They have historical presentations for both age groups. They have permanent displays and temporary displays. The Great Hall is where a presentation takes place, and that's a converted former mill. The visitor center is connected to it right towards the front, and the whole looks like a heritage state park, which it basically is. So Massachusetts has cities with heritage state parks, like Holyoke has one, and other places used to have one. So, like Fall River had one, Brockton, Lowell, so forth. And some places still do. And the one in Montague at Turner's Falls is one that's been rehabbed to be almost like the star attraction of all of these.
And stick around, and we will be right back after a quick announcement. Are you fascinated by local history and eager to investigate the obscure treasures off the beaten path throughout the state of Massachusetts? Or maybe just seeking an unforgettable cultural activity for family and friends to enjoy? Look no further than Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, founded by Robert Como. With over a decade of experience, Robert offers captivating tours and presentations of historic sites and landmarks throughout the state. Whether you're interested in canals, cemeteries, charming churches, or more, Robert's tours provide a unique and enriching experience for all. And that's not it. You can also schedule private tours tailored to your interests, ensuring a personalized adventure and unforgettable memories. Perfect for families or groups of all sizes, making for an exciting hands-on learning experience that brings history to life. Simply visit holyokecanaltour.org or email bobcat4214, @yahoo.com to book your private tour today. Getting back to our podcast, can you inform us of the operating hours for the center?
Okay, very important. You always check their website, a week beforehand than the day of. But in general, it's the longer hours are Wednesday to Sunday, 10 to 6. And then the shorter hours Tuesday 10 to 4. And not open on Monday unless it is a major holiday. That's backwards from most places. But they do administrative duties on Monday, so it's closed. Unless it's like Memorial Day when they're open. And that's because they know they're going to have a lot of visitors that day. So it's a very well visited place. I was able to give a presentation this year there, and I know that everything is well kept. And I visited a couple other times too. And it's connected to something that's very important besides Avenue A, besides the Connecticut River and the bridge, and that is what we're talking about next.
And can you explain the Canal Side Rail Trail and what it offers?
It goes for 3.6 miles from this location. Now, there's a tiny bit towards the east that's only about maybe a 3/4 of a mile along the river, of course. But most of it goes towards the south and then west, southwest trend. And it ends up in the northern tip of Deerfield. And so that part is like 3.4 miles down. So total round trip is like 7.2 miles. So about 3.6 miles long in total. So it's quite a long rail trail. It's very wide, and it's put over, like it says, a former railroad bed. It wasn't the first railroad bed in Turners Falls or Montague, but when they wanted to put it in, they put it on this very powerful one. Now, it's well worth the visit, whether you walk the whole thing or better. So there's a lot to do on it. You can see the old, walking along, you can see the old mills. It's on the inland side of the canal. So you see the power canal in front of you. You see several pedestrian bridges and one very small bridge for car traffic. And you see all the mills on the other side. And with a map, you can actually figure out which mills you're looking at. Most of them are still in place. And then beyond that, you can see the Connecticut River. Of course, from there, you can also go up see the dams, both the Gill and Montague Connecticut Dam, and then the big bridge coming over from Gill. And then as you walk down, you see many more mills towards the south. And when finally you're in Deerfield, before you cross over the river, you get from the bridge another gorgeous view. So there's a lot of great views, great recreation, and great exercise for everybody. So I really encourage you, if you like to exercise and learn at the same time, that you do this. All right, and if you have any questions, look at their website or look at my website. I'll try to develop it so you can learn about all the mills that are out there. Thank you.
And thank you for listening to our Canal Days podcast and our episode on the Great Falls Discovery Center within Montague, Massachusetts, and joining us for our journey through the rich history of the Connecticut River Valley. We hope you enjoyed uncovering some of the hidden and overlooked marvels and their fascinating stories that shaped our past in the state of Massachusetts. A special thanks to Robert Comu, founder of the Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, for sharing his passion and expertise with us. Remember, you can find more information about Robert's tours, book private tours, and explore the Canal Days video and podcast series at holyokecanaltour.org. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment, and share. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions for future episodes. Don't forget to keep exploring and discovering the history that is hidden in plain sight all around us. And thanks for listening, and don't forget to tune in to our next episode of Canal Days. And check out holyokecanaltour.org. Until next time.